A few of my plants didn't make it. Honestly, life has been a lot lately and they just weren't a first priority. If you've been feeling a little behind too, you're not alone. I've been in a season of change, so I'm giving myself permission to slow down, clean up, and start again. Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Liz, and I'm happy to have you here. This channel is for anyone that wants to hang out and do plant chores together or just wants to hide from the chaos of their life and enjoy a cozy plant video. I'm looking at this year as being a year of change for us. I just got a new job. We've been doing a lot of work on the house, and I've been dealing with a lot of medical stuff this year too. It's part of why I've been out of commission for the last 2.5 months, all with a toddler in tow, of course. But now I'm starting to feel a lot better, so I'm slowly starting to get back into my hobbies, mainly my houseplants. Although I managed a quick water every few weeks, clearly some of them didn't make it. This little Stephania erecta that I have, it's actually not dead, but just went into dormancy. I was very proud of how beautiful this plant was able to become earlier this year. Those two dead plants were my variegated and silver striped Maranta. I let them go on purpose, even though I loved them both. But as any plant person knows, Maranta can be fussy little things, and they were already struggling even after extra care this summer. So maybe I'll try again this year, but letting go of them gave me one less thing to worry about, so instead I could have the energy to take care of what I couldn't replace so easily. After cleaning up a bit, I wanted to do a quick repot of two of my cactus. I just brought in all of my cactus and euphorbia from my little greenhouse outside, so I needed to make room for them over the winter. But first, a cozy cup of matcha green tea. A cup of something nice always sets the vibe right. A potty mat also is a must. This is about to get pretty dirty. Well, I just did a thing that was so silly. I forgot to turn my camera on. I just unpotted two of my pots, or two of my cactuses, and the camera was not on. And to be honest, I'm not getting two more cactuses to unpot just so that I can have a beginning. Oh well, that's fine. That's how things go. I was just saying that this is actually a pretty good cactus mix, and I think that I made it myself. So kudos to Past Liz, I guess. I was just getting ready to switch. So I've got my um, torch cactus, probably. I had newspaper helping me. I have my torch cactus, and then I have my euphorbia. And basically, what I was doing is I'm just switching pots because they needed to be repotted anyway with some fresh soil. And I figured why not just switch the pots because they kind of this one was in one too big and this is needing an upgrade, I think. So anyway, I've caught you all up. All right, so basically I was also sitting down to, this is my first video, so I wanted to do a little like get to know me. So I thought of three just simple questions that I could answer just so that we can get to know each other a little bit better. So my first one that I'm going to answer is who am I? I'm a Midwest girl, love YouTube, always have, really. I've wanted to have a YouTube channel forever. So here we are, we're starting. This is it, this is the beginning, and I'm excited to be here, and I hope you are too. I guess it's going to be, well, it is going to be mostly centered around plants. I should probably hold that a different way. It's probably mostly going to be centered around plants, but I really enjoy design. I really enjoy thrifting. And so I think that will kind of be become a part of things also. So hopefully I can kind of make a nice cohesive sort of subject matter to talk about. And hopefully you guys will, or somebody will join me along in this little journey of mine. I'm excited about it. I think that it's going to be a lot of fun. I have been trying to find some creativity in my life, and I feel like this is a great place to start. I feel like I'm going to go a little crazy if I don't get a little more creativity in my life. I have like a hospital job right now, so I work full time. I'm a mom of a toddler. It's very chaotic over here, but that's okay. That's also kind of part of what this is like finding some calmness in my life and hopefully bringing that calmness and inspiration to other people too, so we can bond over our chaotic lives and, um, you know, strive for a little bit of calm in there too. Because you know how it is. Life is just busy. Being an adult is there's a lot of stuff that people don't tell you about. But okay, let me stop rambling for 2 seconds and get this cactus put together. I think I'm going to move the soil to my compost. I don't know that it's really reusable. It's been outside. It's got a lot of dried up roots in it. So, be right back. All right. I was just thinking, what a typical way for me to start a video filming face to face here, or face to camera, if you will. Like, I'm just trying to get my peace, get my chill on with my plans, and it just starts off not the way I intended it to, but whatever. Here we are. One euphorbia, one cactus. And we're going to do our little pot switch now that I've got a little bit more space to work with. And where'd that newspaper go? There is no way I'm touching this. Have you guys ever seen those people that work with cactuses all the time and they just like grab them with their bare hands? It just makes me cringe just thinking about it. Like all of the little spines in their hands. Although, like, if their hands are that calloused over, then it must not affect them, or they're just so used to it that they just always have spines in their hands. I don't know which one it is, but it sounds horrible to me. Whew, it's kind of dusty. All right, which one should we do first? Let's do this one first. I think we'll do the cactus first. Put that there. And I am using Very Fancy Molly's succulent and cactus mix today. So far, I like it. You know what? Let me use a piece of bark to kind of fill up the hole there so this doesn't go. It's kind of a big hole. I don't want it to go through. All right, well, that's going to have to work. All right, I think we're good. The only thing with this is because it's it's a soilless mix. Yeah, it looks like it's a soilless mix. So it's basically like lava rock, pumice. What else is in here? That's in Spanish. Oh, here we are. I'm looking in the wrong spot. Some bark. Looks like it's got some mycorrhizae in there for roots. But yeah, so it's when you pair it with terracotta pots, it gets to be quite heavy. So you do have to be careful with that. That is the only, I would say, downside to this of using it as a cactus and succulent mix. But other than that, I've really enjoyed it. This is my second year using it. Maybe I got it a year and a half ago. I don't quite remember, but I've had it for quite a while now. Definitely throughout the summer, and I think last summer or the end of the last year. I don't know what is time. But should we talk about my second question? What was my second question? Goal. A goal for this year. Hang on, this is gonna be loud. All right, this is kind of getting messier than I had expected it to, but oh well. I am also on a time constraint. My son is taking a nap. He's 2. He's taking a nap, and you never know how long little toddler's naps will last. So he's had some pretty long naps recently. So I'm pretty confident I've got like another 20 minutes. But also my phone is about to die, and I'm filming on my phone right now. So it was not supposed to be a chaotic start to this. It really, really wasn't. But anyway, I think she looks good, and I'm gonna do the next one. But first, I'm gonna answer a question because clearly I can't repot and talk at the same time. My goal, one of my goals for this next year or now, I feel like you can really start whenever. It's not like a New Year's resolution thing. It's just like a goal that I have, and that's to read more. I used to be such a big reader when I was in high school, and then I don't know, technology came, I got distracted, I was in college, I was working and doing everything else, and I just stopped reading. And then life happened, family happened, um, and then I just don't really read so much anymore, which is kind of sad. I used to love reading. I mostly, when I do get the chance, I will mostly gravitate towards fiction right now, although I would kind of like to explore more book genres. I don't know. If you have a favorite genre, let me know. And maybe a favorite book, and I can try and look into it. Especially if it's a book, like an audiobook, because I find that it's really hard to get myself to sit down and actually read, because I feel like I could always be doing something. I could do laundry, I could be cooking food or whatever. I could be taking care of my plants. So there's always something else I feel like more productive that I could be doing, even though like your brain's got to rest, you know? So yeah, reading. I would love to read more. Yeah, that was my second question to myself that nobody asked me to answer. All right, this is my euphorbia, and you've got to be careful because of the latex, and I can already see a couple of spots where it has punctured itself. So one of the reasons we're definitely using gloves. The other one is cactus. I have actually repotted a cactus before not using gloves, and as you can expect, it did not go well. We're using gloves this time. And a newspaper. I also learned that trick too. It really helps. And we're just gonna do that. It's such an awkward shape, this thing, because it's got, at first it was just these 3. I have taken one off to propagate. I almost want to take the other 2 off. Maybe I should do that. I mean, they're growing so awkwardly. I think I'm gonna do that. Let me see if I can like kind of rip this one off. That's probably not a good idea. That's definitely not a good idea. Let me go get my snips. Okay. You got my shears. Come on. There we go. There's one. And there's two. There we go. What am I going to do with these? I don't know. I'm going to set them off to the side, let them callus over, and rinse off these real quick. Ooh, it dripped. Okay, I'm kind of just letting them callus over in the sink because I don't want that sap anywhere on me, and I have to be really careful because there's a drip right here now. I'm just going to kind of move this a little so I'm less likely to. It's literally in the same spot. Hang on. Let me see if I can find another piece of orchid bark or something that I have to clear up this hole. It's kind of big. There we go. This will work? Maybe? This is like the hardest part of my day right now. Finding something to cover up this giant terracotta drainage hole. So, you know, life could be worse. All right, let's do that. What was my third question? I had three, right? I'm sorry, light's kind of not the best right now. When I first started filming this, the light was pretty good, but I'm in my sunroom, so I get light on all three sides, and right now the sun is probably over in that direction more so. So yeah, it's over there, so it's all coming, it's like behind my house. So this is what we got. I think I got my extra light out. Is that a little better? I feel like there's no difference, even though I brightened up the light a little bit, but yeah, I think this is what we got. So my third question, guys, I keep on getting distracted. I swear I'm not even like ADHD or anything. That's my husband. I'm the calm one between the two of us. I can't remember what my third question was. All right, I had to go look it up. Favorite houseplant. How did I forget that? What is my favorite houseplant? My favorite houseplant, I guess I don't really know. I feel like it kind of changes with the season. But if I had to say something, I would probably say Hoya right now. I'm a big fan of Hoya right now. I started off, what got me into houseplants was philodendron. I loved the climbing philodendron. I think I maybe have more specific favorite plants than I do a favorite genus. Right now, my philodendron silver, there's a new name for it that came out a long time ago. Columbia, SP Columbia, I don't remember. But right now, she is finally getting big. And by big, I mean like her leaves are that big-ish. I think that I need to put her on plank. In fact, I don't really like moss balls. They're a big pain in the butt, I think. And who's got time to make sure that they're watered? I know I don't. They always get crunchy and crispy and gross on me. And then the plants just don't do well, especially if I have something in leca. Because I did that one time where I had a plant on a moss pole in leca because I was like, well, If it's in leca, self-watering, moss pool less likely to dry out. No, it totally crisped up. It was terrible. I've got it in soil now. That one was my Adansonia mint, and it's like finally taking off because I put it in soil. This was like a year ago that I made the transition, and it's like really taking off now. So I'm proud of that one. But I would say probably my favorite genus right now might be Hoya, just because it's a good like sort of set it and forget it. At least most of them are, unless you get the really thin leafed ones or the ones that need like really high humidity. And that one's probably just not my vibe right now. But the one that I have, it is I'm looking at it right now. It's this Obovata splash intervariegated. I love that plant. Some of the leaves are a little bit funky, but I love that plant. In my like 2.5 month neglect situation, that thing just like started shooting out new growth and like getting more leaves, and it was great. It's great. I love it. I also have my Crassio pedulata splash. That one has some really crazy vines that I need to like wrap up a little bit and see if I can maybe tame that one a little. And then my Matilde also kind of has started going crazy. The thing with Hoya is that they can kind of take a while to get started. Like at first, I kind of didn't like them because they just take forever. But especially because of the flowers, like once you can get them to flower, like they're pretty cool. They really are. But so yeah, Hoya, I think probably Hoya right now. But what got me into this hobby was definitely climbing philodendron, like my SP silver. I think it's kind of just too loud for me to talk. I don't want to talk and then have my whatever I'm saying just kind of grumbled over by how loud the bag is. Maybe if I had like I was like scooping it up, but my scoop is in with my soil and I didn't want to get it. I swear I can do two things at once. Like part of my old job was like multitasking. Everything I did, I had to multitask. All right. I think that looks good. There we go. Now we just have to give them a big water. Although I might not water this one right away, just so that can like that it can callus over, because in the center there's just like a bunch of gluey gunk in it from it bleeding, I guess, from where I made the cuts. But yeah, actually, I quite like how it turned out. So, well, those are my 3 questions that I gave myself. I hope that you got some kind of entertainment or something out of this. If you did, stick around, leave a comment. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? Or what is your favorite plant? I would love to know. Let's get to know each other a little bit. I think I am going to go ahead and put the rest of my cactus behind me on this shelf right here. You can't really tell, but I kind of cleared it off a little bit so that I can finally get my cactus in there. I do still have a few cactus in my greenhouse. Actually, I think they're succulent. I think I brought in all the cactuses. That's a lie. There's a couple small ones, but mostly I brought in the cactuses. There's a couple succulents in there that also need to be repotted, but I did not want to do that today. I also didn't want to do that last week when I brought everything in. So maybe next week. It's not been too cold. I mean, it gets pretty cold at night, but I don't know. Honestly, it's survival of the fittest out there right now, because they are not quite my first priority. It's been a week, you guys. It has been a week, but I'm really proud that I was able to like get a video filmed. I haven't been able to do this in a really long time. So this is nice. I'm excited. So, well, anyway, that is it. Thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you have a great day. Bye.